Stanford University is known for their dominance in academics and athletically. Their football team, women's basketball, volleyball, and baseball have all had historic success.
But there's a lesser-known sport that is building a name for itself. Stanford's fencing team, which has been around for well over half a century, is building a quiet dynasty here on the West Coast. Underneath one of the student rec centers on Stanford's campus, you'll find the university's fencing facilities. Much like the athletes who practice here, the facility is humble and hidden. That is, until you open the door and walk inside. The sounds of grunts, blades, and smell of an old sweaty gym fill the air.
It's an athletic sport. It requires athleticism and it requires you to grow and push yourself. But there's this mental component, so a lot of people who, are pretty intellectual like thinking a lot about the strategy.
Liana Keesing is a senior on the fencing team. Like most here, she started fencing after watching a movie.
For me, it was The Princess Bride.
Star Wars and The Parent Trap are also responsible for kickstarting some of the careers in this gym. Fencing may be one of the most misunderstood sports. We quickly learned it's not called a sword, but rather a blade. There are many types of blades. There are different styles of fencers. You can tell the difference by the color of their jacket. Fencing is also no longer just a country club sport. The team here is one of the most diverse groups on campus, and the sport is quickly blossoming in popularity across the country.
When I used to compete, it was 80 girls would sign up at the national events, and now it's 250 and they're having to cap events.
That means landing a spot on this team is more competitive than ever. No one knows that more than Lisa Posthumus.
I've been coaching here for over 25 years now.
She's a walking history book on everything Stanford fencing.
My mother was a coach here for 25 years before me. I actually got married on campus, and back in the old fencing gym.
Posthumus has a rare title, not just at Stanford, but across the NCAA. She's the head coach of the men and women.
We can count on one hand here at Stanford how many women are in charge of men's teams. I think it's just me. Athletes are athletes. There's no question that coaching a men's team is a little different sometimes than coaching a women's team.
Posthumus runs a tight ship at Stanford. Academically, the team's average GPA is routinely above 4.0. Athletically, they're a dominant force.
We're a power out in the West. There's no question that we keep winning our Western regionals.
Though Posthumus doesn't know how many wins she's recorded over the last 25 years.
For years, those things weren't recorded. We're working on recording those. If I'm a winning coach, how many wins do I have under my belt? I'm not sure of that number, but by the time I retire, it's going to be real up there.
Pretty remarkable. Stanford's fencing season kicks off in February, but the team is already competing in invitationals. Earlier this month, the women's team closed the Western Invitational with a perfect record to finish third overall.